आप डिस्कस करते हैं तो
Good morning, everyone. Guys, are you getting my voice? Hi, guys.
Morning, sir.
NagoorBabu, getting my voice?
Yes, I'm getting, sir.
Yeah. Yes, yes. So, guys, do you completing Django? All of you? At least the basics. Not completing also no problem. For learning the REST API, Django total knowledge is not required, guys. So some knowledge is required. What knowledge is required means using the Django, how creating the project name, how creating the application name, and models how creating. Okay, and about the make migration, migrate, run server, like some commands are there, basic commands regularly we are using in Django. So those knowledge is required, views and URLs related. Okay, na? In this entire REST API, we are learning about the new concept, not Django related. But parallelly, Django related concept also we are using. Some concepts only. So Django templates concept is there. Django templates and forms concept. That is not required for us. Right now, if you are not completing also, no problem. Okay, na? So I hope you all people knows about the Django. Am I right? Basics. And in this batch, guys, I'm telling, if any of Java side people are there, Java side people, Java course they are learning, CoreJava, Advanced Java, Spring, like this. Okay, for those people, this is not correct batch. So Java side people, web services batches are there using pure Java. They are telling some other faculties. Okay, na? So this RESTful services are depending on pure Python and pure Django related, guys. So this is a Django related, Django REST framework or course name. Why I'm telling these all points means previously in so many batches, so Java people are joining, a lot of people, because of miscommunication. Okay, so Java side RESTful services are there, our Django side RESTful services are there, and .NET side also RESTful services are there. So RESTful services are in all technologies, in all languages side required. But if you are learning what language, that language related frameworks using RESTful services, you need to learn, not other language related. For example, Java side people joining here means they don't know Django, Python, they know only Java related, so they are unable to understand it. But all people target is same only, RESTful APIs target is same, Java side or .NET side or Django side. What is the target? We will be discussing slowly. Clear, guys, all of you? So if no anyone is there related to .NET or Java, so this is not for you guys. This is only for pure Python related and Django related developers. That point remember strongly and can attend. Yeah, guys. So why you are deciding to learn this Django REST framework? So simply we are calling REST API. Actually, our course name is Django REST framework. Okay, na? So what is Django REST framework and why you are deciding to learn this Django REST framework? So these all points important, guys. Okay, na? So our course name is Django REST framework. So starting, I'll give you some overview points about this one. So later concepts wise we will be discussing, guys. Okay. So starting two sessions, demo sessions. So all why you are learning this Django REST framework, about this one. So all features, advantages, like these kind of things you are going to get. And in these sessions, what we are going to learn, you are going to get, guys. Okay, na? So Django REST framework is an extension of Django framework, guys. Django REST framework is an extension of Django framework. So using pure Python and Django, if you are going to developing the application means that is not correct 100%. Okay, so using the Python plus Django, if you are developing any project guys, so that is only 70% only completing, 70% of code only completing your project. Okay, so when we are developing 100% of the project, then only we are delivering this product to public, this project to public for real time using. Okay na? So same like our Amazon, Flipkart, Book My Show, like these kind of applications guys, 100% required, but using the pure Python and Django only 70% only possible. What about the remaining 30%? What about the remaining 30% means using the REST API, nothing but Django REST framework guys. So Django REST framework simply we are calling REST API. Okay na? So using this REST API, remaining 30% code, remaining this 30% of the code we are going to be developing. Okay na? So what we can do using this 70%, what we can do using this 30%, I'll tell all the things. Okay na? So here for example, so this is my product guys, this is my product 100% product. This totally box is so it looks like 100% code here. So using the Python Django only, this piece of code only you are going to be developing, this piece of code only. Okay na? This is my 70% related, that too using Python and Django related. So this is the rest of the 30% code using the REST API. Then only 100% completed. Then this product we can deliver it to public, the people who wants to use our application. Got it this one? So a lot of people learning only Python and then Django guys. So nowadays Python is a general purpose programming language. All people know that one. So one small example I'll give you can see. So once if you are learning this Python guys, once if you are learning Python, then you can go to different areas. For example, data science we have guys, data science, artificial intelligence, so machine learning, for example machine learning, okay, deep learning, so many are there. So Django is there and Flask is there, okay na? And deep learning, like so many are there guys, robotics, these all kind of things. So now here after learning Python, you can go to data science, you can go to machine learning, you can go to Django, you can go to artificial intelligence, like this can do it guys. Okay na? So here 1000 people are learning, for example 1000 people are learning Python guys, 1000 people learning. So out of these 1000 people, so 100 people are going to this data science learning purpose, one more 100 going to AI, and one more 100 is going to machine learning, one more 100 going to Django, one more 100 going to Flask, one more 100 going to deep learning, like a number of things going guys, a number of things, different courses they are taking. Okay, that's why more number of people are learning the Python first, later they are choosing different areas as their career. So if you are choosing this Django framework as your career to developing the application, using the Django or using the Flask, we are developing the web applications. Okay na? Web applications means like a Amazon application, Flipkart application, Book My Show, PhonePe, Paytm, like a number of applications are there guys, Facebook, WhatsApp, like these all things. So those kind of applications if you want to develop in, then Django framework we selected. So when you are learning about the Django, when you are attending the Django sessions, then Django and Flask related differences you are getting. Both we can develop in the web application, but compared to Flask, Django is only getting more demanding nowadays. So 90% of the projects going on the Django, 10% of the project going on the Flask. So why these all things you are getting initial days. Okay na? Now assumption you completed this Django, already you all guys knows about the Django. So here 1000 people knows Python means only 100 people are joining what? Django. 100 people are joining Django. Remaining all people, different courses they are selecting. Okay. Now my intention is the people who are learning Django, those all people 100% required to know. Those all people 100% required to know REST API. Nothing but Django REST framework, guys. Django REST framework. Okay, na? Python 1000 people learning means 1000 people not required to know this Django. I mean people can go to other section, other areas. Okay, na? Now 100 people learning Django means 100 people should be required to know REST API, guys. Should be required to know REST API. Okay, na? So that is happening in real time, required 100%. But a lot of people they don't know actual beauty of this REST API. That's why so many people are learning Python after that Django, and they are trying to jobs, looking for jobs. So if you are putting experience in your resume 100%, so damn sure required to know REST API, guys. You're getting this part? So if you are a fresher, there is a chance without REST API, Python with Django also you can crack the interviews. So no problem, guys. But this fresher also after some days becoming like an experienced person, going to becoming. Okay, na? So when we are going to developing the jobs, when you are going to developing applications using the Python and Django, after that 100% REST API required to developing also. Without REST API coding, no Django projects are delivering to public, guys. That point remember. Why not delivering? I'll tell slowly. Wait. In all points in the single screen not possible to tell. Separately I'll give you diagrams. Clear so far? So here because of lack of information, because of this REST API features don't know. Okay, that's why lot of people are not learning this REST API. 100 people are learning Django means only maximum 20% people are learning this REST API. 20% people are learning this REST API. Once they are attending the interviews, people are realizing, so many people. So for example, in Hyderabad, Amirpet area for the software courses, best area, guys, under India. Am I right? You all people also know so many courses, so many institutes are there. So here people are coming to in this area and learning the Python and Django. Later for job searching purpose, some people are going to Bangalore, some people are going to Pune, some are going to Chennai, like this different areas they are going. Okay, so when they are attending the interviews in that place, so they are realizing about the REST API. So some people at least don't know about the REST API is there in our Django side. Frankly telling, guys, previously some student called me, sir, is there REST API also in our Django side, like that asking. Okay, so 100% required. What is the use of that one? We will discuss. Without REST API, real time, no projects are going to be delivering to public. That point remember right now. Okay, so 100 people are learning Django means 100 people required to know REST API. But nowadays in market, 20 to 30% people only available REST API knowing people. The people who knows REST API is percentage is 20 to 30% only. That's why so many vacancies are there in real time companies, guys, for REST API development. So Django developers are there. Using your Django knowledge is 70% you are developing, but later you are unable to developing the REST API. Then your company people doing what? So they are hiring new people. They are conducting interviews again. They are selecting the new people, the people who knows REST API for developing the rest of the code for your existing project. Okay, they are taking new employee, no problem. But after joining that new employee into organization, immediately that person not going to start work. Before that, the people who are developing this Django coding, so this person going to give KT, knowledge transferring, we are calling it. So existing developers giving KT about the existing project, okay, to this new employee who came for REST API. Okay, na? So first some days taking by existing employees all the KT about the project. Later that person analyzing, so why developing this application, what functionalities are there. So like these all things That new employee is analyzing, later that person going to start. So meanwhile this entire process is going 1 month 2 months time taking, guys. Okay, so because of this all delay, so cost of the project increasing, cost of the projects increasing, and the duration of the projects increasing, duration of the projects increasing. Okay, that's why nowadays organizations, industry peoples are looking for directly REST API developers. Okay, you are a Django developer means you know Python and Django. You are a REST API developer means you know Python, Django, and also REST API related together. Three concepts knows REST API developer means. That's why directly nowadays organization people are also looking for REST API developer. Why means you are able to develop in Python coding, you are able to develop in the Django coding, plus you are able to develop in the REST API. Clear, guys, all of you? This one? Yeah. So here, yeah. Now using Django and Python, if we are developing 70% code, what is the benefit of that one? What is the drawback of that one? So required to know, guys. Okay. So here, so far in our Django course learning time, so many Django projects you are doing practice purpose. So this is my browser, guys. This is my browser. So actually from the browser we are sending the request to our Django application, and we are getting what? Response back. We are getting response back, guys. Okay, so this is my Django application, Django app assumption. Now here one database is there, guys. For me one DB is there, DB. So in this database, so we have some records of data. Okay, so Django, using the Django CRUD operations, nothing but creating, updating, retrieving, deleting, like this CRUD operations projects we are doing practice, guys. I hope already you done CRUD operation related. Okay, now after developing your Django application, inside the Django models, views, URLs, templates, like these all things you are developing, guys. Okay, now after developing your project, you are going to execute. How executing means by using make, migration, migrate, run, server, these all commands, basic commands. When we are developing our program, I'll show you these all things, no problem. Using the Django also pure CRUD operations, I'll show you guys, no problem. Now just assumption you completed your Django and you run your server, running the server. Now I have URLs with port number, guys. One URL I'm sending from this browser. This is what my browser. From the browser, whenever we are sending the request, our Django URL.py file taking our request. Okay, URL is matching or not checking. If any URL is matching, then correspondent view is going to be executed, guys. Correspondent view. So view interacting with database via models. View interacting with templates for presentation. View interacting with another view to redirecting the request. Like views taking all business related logics, guys. Okay, na? So Django MVT architecture follows. That time you are getting these all points. How running the application, how executing applications, all the things. So now final my intention is from the browser, whenever I'm sending the request, then my Django receiving that request and forwarding that request to database. I'm sending the request for getting these all records. So what are the records are there? These all records I want to get, I want to display here. That is my intention. So my Django taking my request forwarding to database, now giving a response back. Database giving response back to Django, guys. Okay, na? This is the response and this is a request. Here also this is the request and this is response. Okay, yeah. Now after getting the response by Django, now Django giving that response to browser, we are displaying all the records here, guys. Table format or whatever the format you want, you can display. Okay, na? So this is in Django you are doing. So Python and Django knowledge you are using and you are developing this way, guys. So our Django project, after developing from the browser only, people are going to communicating. Using the browser, we can interact with our Django application and we will get response, guys. From the browser, I'm sending the request, I'm getting the response. So nothing but my Django is acting like a server. My Django is acting like a server application, guys. Server side app, server app. And my browser is acting like what? Client application. My browser is acting like a client app. Okay. So from the client, I'm sending the request and I'm getting the response from the server. So client always sending the request, getting the response, guys. Server always receiving the request, giving the response. That is server application. Okay. So this communication with so many projects we are doing in the Django, this communication. Now my intention is, I have another application here, guys. I have another application, so which name as Java application, for example, Java application. Okay, so Java app or .NET app or something. So this Java application, nothing but using this Java, I'm developing the one bank application, guys. SBI app, SBI bank related. So I developed just assumption using the Java technology, SBI bank application I developed. Okay, na? So this is one application. Okay, now this Django application for Amazon assumption, Amazon application you are developing, or else a book my show application you are developing, whatever you want. Okay, so from the browser, whenever I'm sending www.amazon.com, then I'll go to here, guys. I'll go to this Django application. Now my Django application giving response to back. In this presentation, all Amazon related home page I'm getting, all items which are going to selling by Amazon, you are going to get. If you want to buy, you can order those things, so whatever the items you want. Like all regularly people are doing nowadays. I think you all people knows Amazon online shopping. Okay. Now when you are going to do payment, after selecting two products, for example, I want to buy Lenovo laptop, guys, or else Dell laptop. So finally 40,000 I want to pay, 40,000 I want to pay. So if you want to go the payment, if you want to do the payment, then one payment button you are going to click up. Then our request is going to Django. Now my Django sending that request to Java. Now my Django is sending that request to Java to do the payment. Okay? Now bank is doing that payment successfully, giving response back, guys. Okay, then our application giving response to back, your order booked successfully, you are going to get within 7 days or 1 week, 10 days, like this messages you are getting. Clear so far? Yeah. So using the Django URLs, this is the d.urls I'm writing, nothing but Django URLs, guys. Using the Django URLs from the browser, we will send request, we will get the response, no problem, no doubt at all. Already so many projects when you are learning the Django you are doing. Okay, but when you are trying to communicate from Django application to Java application, nothing but your Amazon application need to communicate with bank for doing the payments. Okay, so using these Django URLs, this communication not possible, guys. Using these Django URLs, this communication is not possible. Clear this one? So what is the problem is, so app to app communication not possible using the pure Django application. From one application to another application, communication is not possible. Without communication, without app to app communication, then we are unable to pay the money. Without paying money, then we are unable to buy the laptop, whatever you want buying. Okay, without buying we are not getting, without buying we are not getting that item to our home location, guys. Right? So waste of the time. So far what you are spending the time using the Amazon side, that is useless, waste of the time. If REST APIs are not there in your Django application, REST APIs are not there in your Django application, our application not possible to communicate our application, not possible to communicate with other applications. Okay, using the Django URLs only from the browser, our application communicating. When we are adding REST API, when we are adding the REST API URLs, guys. So I'm taking a REST API. REST APIs. When we are adding the REST API URLs to this existing Django, REST API means we are not developing separately, guys. We are taking one existing Django project. To that existing Django only, we are going to add the REST API features also. Using the Django 70% you are doing, I'm telling. So remaining 30% of code using this REST API related concepts, we are going to add to this existing Django. Now, because of this REST API, our Django application communicating to Java, Java is communicating to Django. This app-to-app communication is possible successfully. Now, I have one more application here, guys. So this application also wants to interact with my Django, and my Django wants to give response back. Okay, like something, our Django application can communicate with all other applications which are developed by Java, .NET, PHP, or like anything, guys. If REST API is there, this app-to-app communication is possible for interacting. So REST API you are not developing means your application is not possible for communicating with another application. Only from the browser possible. That is the reason nowadays why developing this REST API to all our existing Django. Yes, this is the reason, guys. Are you guys understanding all people about this REST API importance? Simply app-to-app communication if you want to provide it, then REST API is required, guys. App-to-app communication purpose, REST APIs are required. Okay, so for this existing Django, how developing this REST API, and using this REST API, how we are interacting with Java or other applications. I'll show you practically in our sessions. When you are learning the Django, only one application you are developing like this way using your Django technology. Okay, Django views these all things, and after running the server from the browser, you are sending the request, you are seeing the output on the browser, and you are feeling comfortable. Yes, I got it output like that. Okay, but in our REST API sessions, parallelly we are going to developing two applications. One is Django, another one is another like a Python or Django or Java or .NET, whatever you want, you can developing. But we are not Java developers, we are not .NET developers, we are not PHP developers. We are the Django developers. That's why here Django application 1 we are developing, Django application 2 we are developing. Then from application 1 to application 2, how we interacting these things I'll show you. Our application how we interacting with other application, and other application how we interacting with our application. Okay, na? These two things both reverse process, incoming and outgoing. I'll show you practically. And on the pure Python application also we are going to develop in Python procedure. From the Python how we are interacting with the Django, and the Django to Python how we are interacting. So these things we are going to be discussing in our sessions, guys, in these sessions in the REST API course. Got it, guys, everyone? Yeah, and one more thing. So in this Django URLs you are developing, guys. Django URLs you are developing. So after running the server from the browser, we are sending the request, we are getting the response, guys. Okay, my URLs for creating, for updating, for deleting, for registration, for login, like these all things are different URLs I developing, guys. Okay, those all URLs are working or not. If you want to test, then Django templates concept is required. Presentation, for example, you want to register, guys, employee first name, last name, email, username, password, confirmation password, like this number of fields related presentation form you are going to develop in. Now using this form, when people are the people who want to register, those people are giving data, the data is coming to Django, Django is going to store into database. Okay, na? So here using the Django you are going to do all CRUD operation. Front end knowledge is required. Front end I think, but HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, like all front-end knowledge is required. Using the front-end presentation templates we are developing, then using those templates, users can interact with our application. But if you are using the REST API, if you are using the REST API, no need of these templates, guys. REST API is providing ready-made templates. Ready-made templates means predefined template structure. Okay, so we are not developing this employee number, employee name, first name, last name like this presentation. What are the fields you are taking inside your model? Employee number, name, salary, others like this. Those all fields related presentation automatically we are getting, guys. Okay, in the REST API. So using that presentation we can interact related database. One more thing is without developing this presentation, okay, we have some real-time tools, guys. We have real-time tools like a Postman, Swagger, like a number of tools are there. So most of the people, in most of the companies, so many people are using the Postman, very traditional one and training one also. Okay, so after developing the APIs, guys, REST APIs I'm developing for my Django. So these APIs, for example, one API is there for registration. Okay, so that API without developing any presentation, first name, last name, email like that, using this Postman, this is the real-time tool, guys. Postman. So using this Postman, we can test our APIs are working or not, successfully executing or not. Okay, this Postman is providing a key and value format ready-made presentation. So first name asking, email asking, username asking, password asking, confirmation asking. This everything is asking my Postman. I'm going to enter the data. Whenever I'm clicking the submit button, now my data from the Postman going to Django application. Using the Django application, nothing but inside Django models are there. Using the models file going to store inside the database. Okay, next time if I want to get all data back, same way here some get operations are there. Whenever I'm using the get operation, I'll go to database, I'll get the data whatever the available. Okay na? So because of this Postman, so no need of waiting for front-end coding, guys. For example, myself, I know REST API or else Django. I'm developing URLs, both REST API and Django, but I don't know front-end. Assumption. Okay, then we are unable to test. We are unable to test our APIs or URLs are working or not without a presentation. When presentation is there, then only we can send the data created or not, we can get confirmation. But without these all things, using the Postman directly we can test, guys. Why means in real time some people are working only on the back end side, some people are working only on the front end side. So right now myself back end coding I'm developing, you guys are developing the front end. Okay na? So my code is completed, sir, within the 1 day. You are taking 2 days to developing this front end. Means without waiting for this front end code, by using this, I have APIs already. These APIs by using this Postman, I can test really created or not like that. If working successfully, then I'll get confirmation. Yes, my APIs are working perfectly. Then these APIs are taking by this front-end team people, and they may integrate front-end with URLs, GUI menus format, guys. Okay, that time if any problems are going, means not your problem, your API's problem. That is that front-end related problem. They may check again one more time, not you. Already you checked by using this Postman, so you got comfortable. You can feel comfortable. Yes, my APIs are working. Rest of the times, if any problems are going, that is not my responsibility. That is the responsibility of front-end team. Okay, so remember this one. Django URLs required. REST API URLs also is required for our existing Django. REST API URLs are for making the communication with other applications. Django URLs are making the communication from the browser. That is the only reason. That's why 100% we need to learn the REST API. Okay, so REST APIs from the browser also we can interact, guys. REST API URLs from the browser we can interacting, from other application also we can interacting. but Django URLs only from the browser can interacting. So if I'm using REST API URL using the Postman guys, then I will be communicating successfully. But using the Django URLs, if I'm trying, then I'll get the exception guys. I'll get the exception. Same like from Java application also. Same like from Java application also. If I'm using the Django URLs, unable to communicating. If I'm using REST API, then successfully will communicating. Why Django URLs not possible? Why REST API is possible? So later, slowly you will get it. Way of output, way of response is different. Django URLs response different. REST API response different. What response you are getting, these all things slowly I'll tell. Wait some time. Okay, that's why nowadays this REST API is getting more demanding in our Django section. All of you understanding what I'm telling? Yeah guys, surely. So here I'll tell this is the app to app communications and some real time tools, Postman how using, Swagger how using. Okay, I'll tell these all things and using the Django, pure Django, one collaboration projects with the GUI menus, GUI presentation. Actually as a developer we are responsible to developing the URLs. Okay, but users means the people who are using our application, those people are unable to use URLs directly. They are not interested to use the URLs directly. Okay, they are always interested to interact to use presentation guys. Users always interacted to use presentation. When they are using that presentation, nothing but GUI menus, then back inside our URLs must be working. Okay, so this is the GUI presentation. So using the Django I will show you one application completely, and in that Django how we are integrating the REST API, these things I'll show you. So when you are learning about the Django, only Django projects you are doing guys. Now we are learning the REST API, only REST API related concepts we are learning here. Okay, later one particular point of time Django with REST API integration we are doing, how we are doing these all integration, these all things. Okay, now after doing that integration, then using our Django application, in my Django REST API is there, Django URLs are there. My application how possible to communicate with, how interacting with other application I'll show you, and other applications also how interacting with our application I'll show you. For example, you are developing one REST API project, sir, Django with REST API. I'm developing one more Django with REST API. Okay, na? My application wants to communicate to you, your application also wants to communicate with me. So if I want to communicate with you, your APIs I'm using inside my program. If you want to communicate with me, my APIs you want to use, you need to use inside your application. Okay, so outside APIs how we are using, our APIs how they are using. Okay, one is incoming, another one is outgoing. This process we are going to be discussing guys. Okay, and here APIs also at the time of Django, maximum most of the people from the browser only testing. Here using browser how testing, using command prompt how testing. Okay, using the Postman, using the Swagger, using the application, nothing but other application. These other applications we are calling partners guys. I'm doing business with you, you are doing business with me, then both together calling partners. Okay, my application interacting with other application interact with my application, then both are partner application. Okay, so partner application communication how going to do these things I'll show you. One project only, one API only I'm developing. These APIs using these all areas I'm going to be explaining using the command from nothing but in this center point of area. My API is there guys, my API is there. Now these APIs are going to be interacted with different sections testing purpose. Okay, like multiple things you can take. So this is the browser, for example, this is command prompt, this is Postman, this is Swagger, this is partner application. So after developing API, these all variations how we can do, how we can test using these all things. I'll show you guys. So most of the times at the time of learning Django, for example, this is my browser, then only Django to browser, I mean from the browser only, how interacting only, lot of people are doing practice. Sometimes asking, can we test our APIs using the command prompt? Using the command prompt, asking. If you are saying no, then interview person understanding you don't know concept. If you are saying yes, then interview person asking how can possible, how do you test? Okay, na? So for that separate third party modules are there. So those third party modules are how installing these all things I will be tell. Partner application, partner app, this one, and the next here this one. So Swagger, nowadays more trending one, and next this one, Postman. So 70% of the people are using this Postman, guys. Got it? Yeah. So for example, when you are going to developing the coding, different IDs we are using. Postman, sorry, not Postman, PyCharm, IDLE. Okay, IDLE is only for pure Python related, not for real development. So PyCharm we are using, NetBeans we are using, Eclipse we are using, Atom we are using, Sublime Text we are using, Visual Studio Code we are using, like a number of IDs are there, guys, real time. So you need to have at least one ID knowledge. If you know more also, no problem. That is a benefit only. Okay. So same like for testing the APIs also, we required at least one real-time testing tool. That should be Postman. Postman is a API testing tool. After developing APIs, really working or not, we are testing by using the Postman testing tool. This is separate software. We are downloading. We are opening that one, and after opening in this different sections are there, guys. Different sections. Each section I will tell when we are interacting about the Postman related. Okay. So here, so now course name is Django REST framework. So I told this is simply some people also called as, guys, some people also called as DRF. So myself also sometimes I'm calling DRF. When I'm pronouncing like this DRF, don't get confusing. Django REST framework. Okay. So using this Django REST framework, we are going to developing the APIs. Those APIs following the REST principles. That's why we are calling simply REST APIs. So what is REST API? What is API? These all things are definitions with examples I'll tell. Wait some time. Okay. So simply we are calling REST APIs or RESTful services. RESTful services. Okay, sir. So here at the time of learning Django, project how creating, applications how creating, okay, make migrations, about the models, about the views, like so many concepts you are learning, guys. So many concepts you are learning. So this is my Django related, guys. Django. So Django containing models and views we have, guys. Views, URLs and templates, and forms. Okay, like these all are major concepts, and also some commands are there. Commands like make migrations, right? Make migrations and migrate command, and run server command, create supervisor command, okay, load command, dump command, okay, SQL migrate command, like n number of commands are there, guys. Shell command, so many are. So these all things in Django you are getting. So I will also discuss about these all concept, but not like exactly in Django. Django only models related only 10-15 days you are learning. 10-15 days. Okay. In our REST API regularly we are going to developing the models. How developing the models in Django you are getting. Okay. In our REST API also initial days I'll tell about the model rules and regulations, and directly we are going to be developing it. Okay. So REST API nothing but DRF, guys. Django REST framework is an extension concept of Django. Extension concept means the concepts which are available in this Django framework. Those all concepts available in Django REST framework also, plus some extra concepts available in the Django REST framework, guys. some extra concepts also available in the Django REST framework. Okay, so some extra concepts like a REST API related some things are there. So serializers concept is there, guys. Serializer concept, very important concept in this entire REST API related sessions. Okay, and new modules are there. New modules are there. New classes are there. What classes are there? These all things slowly you will be get concepts wise, and each class benefit is what like that, and where available these all things I'll show you. So some new modules and new classes and the new methods. Okay, so new methods and the new methods. These all things are ready-madely provided by Django REST framework, guys. Okay, so combination of these both is DRF, Django REST framework. In Django only you have these things, but in REST API these all things plus some extra new modules and new classes, new methods we are getting. Because of these the new modules or classes and methods, so Django REST framework is going to provide automatic coding, guys. Django REST framework is going to provide automatic coding. Automatic coding means as a developer we are not required to developing the code more and more. We are not required to developing the code more and more manually. Okay, so ready-madely we are going to get because of these all ready-made modules or classes or methods. Just we are going to import these things inside our development, and we are going to use these all classes, guys. Okay, na? So that's why this Django REST framework we are calling. So it is an extension concept of Django only. Why we are calling like that means the concepts which are available in the Django framework, so all things available in the REST API, and REST API is having some new extra modules or classes or methods. Because of these extra modules or classes or methods, nowadays our REST API is getting more demanding. Why means it is providing a ready-made code instead of developing manually. Got it, guys? So that is the REST API related benefits. So I'll tell one small example. Can say, so in Django I want to create logic, guys. If you want to create here one create view with a create template, okay, so some lines of code you are going to write for creating the data into database. So this is for what purpose? Creating purpose. See, and if you want to getting all then you are going to developing the some more lines of code, guys. Some more lines of code you are going to developing here, and after getting if you want to display data, then one presentation template is required, display template. Okay, so this is getting all, and if you want to get single one record ID based, with ID based you are going to write, guys. Then one more view, one more URL required, one more template required to display that single data. Okay, na? So this is also what get request only. Okay, next I want to do it update, guys. Then one more view, update view with update HTML, and to execute this update view we required what, one update URL also required. And next delete related, guys, final one. Collaboration I'm talking, not other things. Okay, so here delete related one more thing is there. So in Django for doing these all CRUD operations, CRUD means creating, updating, reading, retrieving, deleting, guys. Create, update, retrieve, delete. Retrieve means getting, nothing but. Okay, so to performing these operations on our database, then we are going to write these all views, create view, getting all related view, getting single related view, update view, delete view, like these all things. To execute each view we require what, one URL also required, guys. URL 1, okay, URL 2, for example, URL 1 first one, URL 2, and URL 3, like this multiple URLs are required. Multiple URLs are required, guys. URL 4 and then URL 5. Okay, na? So and for creating one HTML, updating one HTML, deleting one HTML, like this multiple templates also is required. This is all using pure Django, guys. This is all using pure Django. But if you are using a REST API, if you are using this REST API to do these CRUD operations, then without writing these all lines by developer, that REST API is providing one ready-made class. This is my DRF, guys. So DRF is providing for creating related one class, for getting related one class, and getting single related one more class, and for updating related one class, and also deleting related one more class. Like some ready-made names providing class names. Just you are going to import those classes, and these classes containing these all lines of code, guys, without writing. Without writing these all lines of code, everything is available in these classes. Just we are going to reuse these classes into our development. By using these all 5 classes, 3-4 lines code you are writing enough. 3-4 lines coding you are writing, then you can do it all these CRUD operations. Okay, so using the REST API, if you want to do CRUD operation, so maximum I'm telling guys, 5 lines of code you are writing inside the view. 5 lines of code you are writing inside the view to performing the CRUD operation. Later some extra lines we can write, that is all our extra benefits. Just CRUD operation I'm talking. So using the Django REST framework, 5 lines code is enough, less than 5 lines code. But using the Django views and URLs and presentation, if you want to do it CRUD operation, then minimum 100 lines of code is required, guys. 100 lines of code. Clear this one? So that is the difference between Django and the REST API. So that's why app to app communication purpose, nowadays all people are using the Django REST framework. Then only easily communication is going from one application to another application. Otherwise people are not interested to use our application if time taking more. For example, I'm sending right now one request, guys. Within 1 minute or within seconds, if I'm getting response, then I'll be happy. If I'm sending request now, after 1 hour response coming, means are you interested to use that application? Until that 1 hour, are you going to wait? No, you are not waiting. You are going to somewhere and you are using some other one. So that is the reasons nowadays REST API is getting more demanding. This is the reason why people are learning this Django REST framework. Okay, so using the Django we can develop in CRUD operation. Using REST API also we can do it CRUD operation. But compared to Django, using the REST API, if we are doing then more lines of code is saving, guys. More lines code is saving means more time saving. Okay, and all the coding lines also line by line, top to bottom, executing one by one. So because of less lines code in the REST API, because of the less lines code, then less time taking to executing. Within the less time executing means performance of the application increasing. And because of the less lines code, then readability is increasing. If more than 100 lines are there, means reading is somewhat problem, but less lines code is then available means reading is very comfortable. Okay, and the less lines you are writing means within the less time we can write, guys. Obviously time saving. So within the less time you are developing the application means cost of the project saving. Okay, so finally main target is using the Django REST framework. So 3 main factors are supporting, guys. Okay, so saving time. Okay, and saving cost of the project and duration of the project. Okay, so increasing performance, guys. Performance of the application increasing. Always all company people are looking for these 3 factors, guys. Within the less time, with less cost, they want to develop in the best application. Okay, so these 3 are compared to any other languages related API service or any other techniques. Using the Django RESTful framework, we are getting these all benefits. Okay, guys, everyone. Yeah. So for this day, this is enough, guys. And for the tomorrow session, I will be introduce some more benefits about the REST API. Okay, so many benefits are there. Tomorrow all advantages one by one I will explain with small examples, all things. Okay, so once if you are completing all these demos, then you will be understanding actual beauty of the REST API, guys. Okay, so all experienced people 100% required, I'm telling. Not only experienced people, freshers also. If you are learning Django, every Django developer should be required to learn the REST API, guys. Every Python developer not required to learn the Django. I'm telling that one. Why means after learning Python, you can go to data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, like that. But Django you are choosing means REST API also should be choosing. Okay, so for this day this is enough, guys, and tomorrow we'll meet. So now I'll stop the recording. If anybody having queries, can ask me, guys. Okay, thank you. Slowly we'll discuss. This is these are the demonstrations. That's why this is enough for this day. Guys, anyone having queries?
Sir, how many days?
Having?
How many days the
Sir,
this is going, sir?
30 sessions required, sir. 1 month required minimum. Okay, na? So based on your performance, some batches today I'm talking something means again tomorrow everything recollecting they are expecting revision for the yesterday class. Okay, so if you are giving a response very speedily while discussing projects, when I'm developing the coding, so I'm going to expecting from you guys only. I mean in Django you are learning all things how developing the coding. In Python you are learning all the rules and regulations. Okay, in Django how developing the views structure, guys, I'm talking how creating the models, make migration, migrate, these all things already you are learning in Django. So those all things directly why we are doing make migration, why we are doing migrate, like this I'm asking, and everything I'm developing somewhat little bit speed. Okay, REST API related any concepts we are discussing means that is I will explaining more and more. Okay, so minimum 30 sessions required. Point remember. And in these batches, I mean recent batches, I'm planning some extra concepts also. But major concepts are 30 sessions required. Later, depending on the students' interest, 1 week maybe extended on the new concepts. Okay, na? Yeah, any other queries? Govardhan, Indra, Reddy, and that you need to do as well as very soon all the things are reading day to day. Okay, so after completing 2-3 programs practically, remaining all programs how writing in the REST API very easily. Okay, so you people only going to developing all the coding. In Django so many concepts you are learning, concept to concept the changes are going, but in REST API we have very few concepts only. Okay, initial days I will show you four projects, all variations, each project how we are doing concept wise. In this what benefits are there, what drawbacks are there, to overcome these drawbacks what we are going to introduce another concept, like that I'll show you everything. Later onwards these concepts only we are using, some extra things we are going to add. That's why initial days when you are doing practice 10 days practice, then rest of the remaining REST API course, rest of the classes, yourself you are only going to developing everything coding. I'll give you a new concept related procedure, everything, how creating model, how creating serializer, how creating views, like that. Just if you are following the procedure, then you are able to developing the coding areas. So just this is a 10 o'clock batch. Before this one, I completed one Django batch, guys. 10 o'clock morning 10 a.m. I completed one Django batch. In that, one person got job. Okay, na? One person got job. So in TCS selected, and not only that one, that person also selecting for one government job as a lecturer. Okay, means the person completing PG completing. in triple IT colleges, government colleges are there, triple IT colleges. So in that selected in Telangana Basra Institute, guys. Basra, Telangana, triple IT. So on which based selected on the project means the person knows Python, Django. So nowadays in all institutes, I mean not institute, colleges, universities also learning, teaching about the Python. That means Python is getting more demanding. Okay, so olden days only Java, .NET kind of things are introducing in the colleges, but nowadays Python also introducing. Okay, so the person also completing PG, these all things. That's why already knows about this Python, Django. Knowledge also very well is there for that person. Okay, that's why the person immediately got job. Before course completing, within 10 days going to completing, that time TCS job got the person, and immediately after course completing, this triple IT sheet also came as a lecturer, government college. So that is why I'm telling means if you are doing practice day to day regularly, then immediately after completing job, immediately you can crack the interviews. Okay, and most of the interview calls right now, I don't know, in Pune or somewhere getting more and more, or in all areas getting, but in Chennai location somewhat more interviews are going right now. I means last 2 months, from the last 2 months, almost 10 people are called to me, guys. So they are all in Chennai location only, they selected Chennai location. Okay, so just 2-3 people in Hyderabad location only they selected. So in Hyderabad location selected all people, experienced people. In Chennai location, most of the people freshers available. Okay, so okay sir, in middle I will test all your Python knowledge also based on your interest. Python small technical points, okay, where people are going to stucking in interviews, these all things I'll give you one concepts when completing before the class timing. So or else sometimes I will plan only entry questions, then you will be getting the collecting revision wise, so how much level I prepared, what I need to prepare, like that. I'm not telling all people not preparing like that. Some people, if 20 people are there means 5 to 6 people are not learning basics also. Okay, so what I'm going to give the tips, day to day preparing people will get benefits. Okay guys, okay, thank you guys. Any queries are there, ask me guys, I'll give you solutions, and otherwise we will meet tomorrow. Can I close session? You can unmute your speaker, you can talk, no problem. Otherwise I will consider, okay, no doubts you guys, I'll be closed. I mean have continuous sessions guys.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me guys.
Sir, I just want to know whether you would be teaching us on deployment portion also.
Yeah, definitely I'll tell guys deployment also.
Okay, so we'd be deploying in Heroku or something, Python Anywhere or something like Amazon
Just
used to
I'm
produce an
planning
EB.
here Python anywhere guys.
Okay.
Actually that is for knowledge purpose, interview purpose only, and when you
Hmm.
are joining the organization, depending on your company, okay, different sources they are using as, and that too frankly, so for example 20 people are developing one project, all 20 people not I mean they may don't know awareness of the deployment, okay, only people are working on the project only, so 2-3 people only taking that responsibility and involving on that deployment, okay, those people only getting that knowledge. So if you guys also knows that one very well, okay na? But some people, even though working really 5 to 6 years also in the real time companies, they don't know deployment also, some people, not all people. Okay, so that is all your responsibility only. Sometimes our management asking you as a fresher also, you can also involve in the deployment, like that. So if we are a fresher, our seniors giving all the guidance, and the company also taking some license, uh, softwares, all the things, and username, passwords, everything providing. So using those all things, we are interacting to the servers. And also code hosting platforms are there. So many are there: Gitbucket, GitLab, like these all things, SVN servers, and these all things. About the GitHub, I'm going to teach you guys. So local to server, server to local, how we are interacting the data. Means you are developing in your area, I'm developing in my area. You and me both how together communicating on the single project. Okay, right now all people are doing work from home because of this pandemic situation. Okay, so all teammates, how they are interacting, how they are exchanging the data, all things, hosting platforms are there. So I'll tell about the GitHub hosting platform. And we are using here PyCharm. So many people using the PyCharm, they don't know how our coding hosting to I mean pushing, pulling, here we are calling as simply importing and uploading. Technical terms we are calling pushing and pulling, not importing and uploading. Okay, so how we are pushing our code to hosting platform, and how we are pulling code which is available inside the hosting, how we are pulling into our local system, from hosting platform to local, or else local to hosting platform, how we are pulling and pushing. These all things using our PyCharm. I will show you commands, shortcut commands all are there. So not only REST API guys, our Django code also, our Python code also, you can do it that one. You can exchange between you and your teammates, your colleagues. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
Thank you guys. See you tomorrow.